Welcome back to fraction class. Hey Joe. Hey Samantha. Thanks for being here. Well, today we're going to talk about fractions. And as you can see, we're going to learn a lot about well, you can't see it, but we're going to learn a lot about fractions today. Even though this first thing that we're looking at is the number 1. Why do you think I would have the number 1 when this is a fractions class? What do you guys think is the relationship between 1 and a fraction? Well, what if I showed you this? That's a fraction. And what do you notice about the difference between this number 1 and the fraction? You can answer whenever you feel like you have something to say. We're here to discuss fractions and to learn about fractions, and you're here to learn from me, but what I'm going to learn from you is what you really need to understand and how you learn so that I can help you, because I promise you I'm going to help you. Okay, so what I put on this board are 2 halves. You guys can see that 1/2 plus 1/2 is 2 halves. Okay, now I'm also going to put on thirds. 1/3, 2/3, and 3/3. How many of you guys have written fractions as you've worked with them before? How many of you guys can tell me what these 2 numbers in a fraction mean? Because here we have 1/2 as the brown fraction, right? And then we have 1/3 as this black fraction. But who knows how to describe these numbers, 1 and 3 or 1 and 2? Joe, Samantha, any thoughts? Okay, good. You see that the 2 represents the fact that there are 2 pieces. That makes sense. I'm going to use this hashtag sign to represent the word number. Number of pieces. And then Samantha, do you see that this 3 is meaningful because it took 3 of these thirds to make 1 whole? So we call them thirds, but this is the number of pieces. It's not just a random number of pieces, but it's the number of pieces to make. This is an important number, and this is why I began with the blue rectangle, to make 1 whole. And we're going to talk a lot in this class about this word unit. A unit, maybe you've heard it before. Have you guys ever heard the word unit, like in a game or a toy, or your parents might use it for some reason? That's a good example, exactly. And so in that case, a unit just means 1, right? Well, this also, these are almost like 3 ways of saying the same thing. 1 whole unit. And that whole can be broken up into smaller parts, right? You can share it with your friend. There's lots of ways to talk about it. But let's go back to discussing how 1/2 and 1/3 are similar but different. Let me erase these words. So can anybody explain to me, now that we talked a bit about it, where does the 2 and the 3 come from? Can you type it in the chat? Or do you just want to tell me and share? Either way is fine. All right, cool. Yes, the 3 means that it takes 3 pieces to make 1 whole. And the 2 means that it only takes 2 pieces. Let's look at a fraction like 1/12. This is just a small sample of what my outschool fraction class is like. I'll have this class available soon, plus many others. Thank you. Smaller or a lot smaller? Yeah, it's a lot smaller. Why?